I know that a lot's been made, at least in Australia, that you took some time off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Took a couple of years off.
Yeah.
You went to uni, right?
I did, yeah.
Is that what they say in Australia for university?
Uni, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
University, yeah. We don't really call it college.
Yeah. What'd you study? I'm just curious.
I studied Australian Indigenous Studies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it just you detoxing from the music world for a little while?
It was, yeah. I think I kind of, I wanted to try a few things that I'd never done, that I felt were kind of a rite of passage, that I'd kind of missed out on, because I got signed to a record company when I was 17.
Right.
So I was still in high school, and I'd never done the, go to uni and live in a share house with a whole lot of friends, and so I wanted to do all that, and I guess I think I was a bit burnt out, because with my second album I just did a lot of touring, and I just missed being at home and spending time with my family and friends, and most importantly, I guess I got to the place where I didn't know what I had to say anymore. Like I didn't feel like I knew how to write anymore. Like I didn't know what to write about, and I didn't know what I wanted to say. So it took a couple of years for me to kind of get re-inspired again and figure out where I wanted to come from and what I wanted to say. And
I would think all the new life experiences kind of helped with the writing thing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in order to write about life with any sort of perspective, you've got to live a little. So, I didn't want to just release an album of touring songs.
Right.
songs from the tour bus.
So what are those two songs in particular that you just performed about?
Well...
Or, I mean, what was the process writing them, I guess, is a better question.
Everyone's Waiting, the first song I sung is, it's really quite a kind of honest song about the writer's block that I went through, and that real kind of, I don't know, I guess paralysis that I felt from, the expectation or the feeling as though I was expected to come up with something better than my last, and I mean the expectation was coming from other people, but mostly from myself. I think I really wanted to be able to produce great music, but I didn't. I don't know. I didn't know how. It was just a bit of kind of, I guess, lack of confidence. So I decided that the best way to get through that was to write about it and try to kind of confront my fears. So that song is doing exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
And Hello Hello is kind of it's a song about being with somebody that is ever elusive and not not giving themselves to you, not giving their heart to you, and it's kind of a calling to them to kind of I guess, I don't know, stop being afraid and let you in on their secrets.
Is it nice to perform like both of those songs just on nothing but a piano? I'm assuming on tour you're probably a little bit more of a production, than here.
I play on keyboard with a band.
Yeah.
But it's always nice playing my songs solo because it's how I wrote them. So it just feels. It's nice to do every now. I love playing them with a band too because they're huge,
Right.
And I have backing vocalists and everything. But it always feels kind of really, I don't know, direct and honest when I do it.
Right, more intimate,
myself.
I guess.
Yeah.
Even though we have screaming kids outside, it's more intimate.
Yeah. So it gives it atmosphere.
So let me ask you. I mean, you're about to go on tour with Gotye, who just basically took off like a rocket. And I know that you're singing somebody I used to know.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a little intimidating? Like to basically sing the world's most popular song, very easily the most popular song, basically of the year. A little intimidating.
Yeah, I I did the Los Angeles and San Francisco show with Gotye, and I sung the Kimbra part, and I was absolutely terrified because I supported him as well. So I did my opening set, but the thing I was most nervous about by far was singing that part. But it turned out okay. It's a really high part, and it's actually a lot harder to sing than you would think. But yeah, it turned out okay, and it was really fun. Like, just at the time, it was the #1 song in like 17 countries or something ridiculous. So it was just really, really amazing to.
So I know that Kimbra's basically from New Zealand, and having watched Flight of the Conchords religiously, I know that it's probably like a fake war, right, between Aussies and New Zealanders?
Well, it feels like it to me. I have a lot of friends from New Zealand, and I absolutely love them, and I love New Zealand, so I don't feel any sort of rivalry. But there kind of is, like, my tour manager has, this kind of faux rivalry with New Zealand, and he likes to, he likes to really play it up. But I don't know, yeah, it's kind of similar to the American-Canadian thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe the smaller country always has the biggest problem with the two. I don't know, maybe it's like little country syndrome or something.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Just last question. It must be weird for you, because, I mean, you're so huge in Australia, to play these dates with another Australian, Gotye. He's Australian, right?
Yes, he is.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That would have been bad if he was like... I know he's not British. Anyway, I digress. Is it weird to basically, in the States, open up for, a headliner when basically in Australia you could be, headlining?
Not really, because it's just always been a different game over in the States. As soon as I leave Australia, it's just like it's a different world for me. So,
so you're used to it.
I'm used to that. Yeah, I mean, I've always come to America and played, much smaller shows than I do back home. But I really love that. Like, I love smaller shows, even though I love success. It's kind of a contradiction. Like, I'm always much more kind of comfortable having that, much closer proximity to the audience and being able to kind of talk with them and feel more intimate. And so, yeah, I mean, and I'm so happy for him because he's a really lovely guy and I love his music. Like, I'm a huge fan of him as well. So, yeah, no, it doesn't feel weird. It feels great.
Well, I mean, pretty soon you'll just be big everywhere, so I don't know if you'll have the intimacy thing. You might be gone for good.
What, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Soon I'll be #1 in
You'll be huge.
countries.
You're not going to play...
You'll be like, who's Gotye?
You're not going to play classrooms for me anymore.